Good day, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of, the South of England playthrough. I'm, of course, Shadow, and welcome to, we're sat at Eastleigh at the moment, because I thought, there'll be a train coming along soon. And this is where we left off last, when we did, on the last episode, where I didn't finish off the South Western Mainline in an hour and 20 minutes of recording. Because, procrastination is a fine art. Procrastination is a fine art. Welcome back to Eastleigh. As you can see, we've got trains arriving into Eastleigh itself. So we've got that one, which is on a London Waterloo bound, whereas this one's Portsmouth Harbour bound in the opposite direction. Trains are actually running pretty full at the moment, in terms of coming down south towards Portsmouth. That train is full and standing. I mean, this train has now got at least a quarter of the train full. So you know what? We're doing well. We're doing well. And my expectations for this video is to complete on with the South Western Mainline. Now, at the end of the video last time, I said that I would take a look at building Bournemouth off camera, or building Bournemouth train station, for example, off camera, which I have actually done. I've kept my word with that one. So this is what I've come up with for Bournemouth train station. Now, it's kind of realistic with Bournemouth this, because it does legitimately have 5 platforms in real life. Well, quote unquote 5 platforms in real life. On the technicality, platform 1 and platform 1 and 2, which is the southbound line, or the away from London line, the down line. That's one platform in real life today. Platform, which is the exact same for 3 and 4. Back in the glory days of Steam, and also, if people aren't aware, the middle tracks don't exist anymore. In the glory days of Steam, Bournemouth was a lot larger and had a lot more importance than it does today. No, with the knowledge that there were 5 platforms. 1 and 2, which were conjoined, 3 and 4, which were conjoined, and platform 5, which was just a terminus. With platform 1 and 2, you'd have in the centre, which I've actually set up here on this occasion. You've got little slip points for trains to run around, because this is what they would do. On some journeys, platforms, Bournemouth was a terminus station. For example, the Great Bournemouth Belly. That there terminated at Bournemouth. It didn't go any further than Bournemouth. So that's what this is representing today, is this. And then when we get into like the flexibility of modern day, I expect this layout that I've selected up here for Bournemouth to expand a little bit. In terms of platform length, every one of these platforms is about 180 meter platforms. So it's large enough to get in a 5-coach 444 in terms of the modern day. So I've got platform space galore here at Bournemouth. So that's what I'm getting at. Overall, this is like double 180. So like 260 meter plus an extra 20 meter for like where the switch points are. So you're looking at 300 meter station for this. And yeah, we have gone with putting in a signal box. So there is now a signal box there. That would be classified as like Bournemouth Central box. You'd also get like a box on this end. You'd also have a box on this end. Of course, as well, with Bournemouth, it's got 2 entrances as well. It's got the main entrance, which is on this side, which if you look at it IRL today, you've got Asda on the opposite side of the road, and you've also got Bournemouth bus station as well there. And then on this side, you've got the lesser used entrance, which is still there. It's still represented. I've also gone ahead and put in all the stations as well down here for Poole. I've not done one for Wareham yet because I need to figure out what I'm going to do with that. I've done one for Dorchester South, and I've done one for Weymouth. So we've got stations going on that way. The reason I've not done Wareham is because I want to do something with Swanage, which is going to require me to go into detail at a later point and maybe plan it off camera. So I need to figure that out. But for today, my goal is to get us to be running a full service from Waterloo to Weymouth. That's the goal of today's video. So let's get started. Instead of me continuing to talk about the plan, let's actually do the plan, which would start off with me sorting out a station for Brockenhurst, because I apparently have forgotten that. Right. You see, Brockenhurst is weird, because IRL, it's 2 sets of island platforms that's joined together which is joined together by an overpass, which is really weird. It doesn't have like a official station buildings because technically it's 5 platforms, 2 and yeah, you've got 1, 2, which are up, 3, 4, which are down, and then 5, which used to be a platform. It's no longer is because they use 4 as well for the Lymington trains. In fact, I think now it's just 1, 2 for up, 3 is the only one for down, and 4 is now the only one they use for Lymington bound services. If there's anybody in comments that will correct me, go right ahead. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I make mistakes. We are only human. Right. Now, the option is to have Brockenhurst about here. At 120, I want to say 160 is going to be the better of the two to do. We're going to do footbridge. We're going to keep it with the main building because actually I think that might be the smartest idea. Actually, also go with Southern because actually we're on the Southern network, you dumbass. Not Great Western. No, we'll put it there. We'll put it there above that. Why did I set it to have? Why did I do that? No, it doesn't need catenary. No catenary. Why did I have catenary? It doesn't need the catenary yet. We're not running electrics yet. Right. Dum, 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 dum. Yes, so we're gonna still keep with the whole theme of the down is a down, the up is an up. In fact, actually, before we join up that line, I need to put in the Southampton. I need to put in the Southampton West side junction, don't I? Yeah, with platform 5's exit. Right, so I've done it again. Catenary. Don't need catenary. It's not time for catenary yet. Ah, my phone's going off. There we go. What do you want? My phone just going off for no reason. Now, I actually don't know what we're going to use. Well, I tell a lie. I do kind of know what we're going to use platform 5 for, because we need a terminating platform that's going to be out the way for our, Lymington trains. This is just not having any of it. It's really not happy. It really just does not like me today. Okay, we'll do this. We'll do it your way then. You'll put in the junction. We'll do. It'll be 50. What do you mean there's an issue? The connection. There we go. What was the issue? This game makes no sense. I'm now thinking about it, and now I'm realizing this junction's technically in the wrong location as well. Because if anything, I want to have that come in at 15. We're gonna need to expand that a little bit more. Then we want to do the crossover, which is going to throw the hissy fit again. There we go. And then we want to do a crossover from the upline to the downline, which, if anything, we want to do. I may have put that in the wrong location again, haven't I? No, I haven't. We'll do another crossover on the outside of the station, the outside of the junction as well, because we've also got to fit in the yeah, because that's that one. Because I've also then got to fit in the whole junction in from Salisbury, which that's kind of useful with me doing it like that, because I can just do. If I do that a little bit more, a bit like that, and then a bit like that, I can then have that start turning that way. Which I realise that says 20. I really don't know why it says 20. It doesn't need to be 20. And then we can do that. And then that. A little bit, it's not conventional, to say the least, but at the same time, traffic outbound is not going to be the greatest, and then again you've also got to remember distances. This game, excuse the yawn, I am knackered. The reason this episode has been so long in coming is just being beaten to death by work. It is legit just beating me to death. What we're going to do is we're actually going to do this a different way with this road. We'll figure that out. We'll figure the road out in a minute. That road, we'll figure that out. Don't you worry. In terms of this, bring that up here. Yeah, I know you're going to have an issue with the slope. There's nothing we can do about it, but at the same time, I don't see any issues. If you can make it up there, you can make it up there. Then again, I'm hoping by the time I was gonna say it's 1925, we don't get really like Pacifics to like 1940, do we? It doesn't help that the game is paused, so you know we'll keep that going. Excuse me? Excuse me, game? What was that all about? And then it does a weird thing there where it's just like, tunnel? What's a tunnel? Oh, do you want that tunnel? What's a tunnel? I don't know what a tunnel is. What? What? Huh? What do you mean? Cheeky. Right. He says, trying to figure something else out. Right, so we're up to Brockenhurst now. I'm then going to do the line that looks around towards Leamington. So, which on the technicality is one track? That's fine. Right, we got this. So you are in the sky. That's fine. We'll keep you in the sky. In fact, we'll just build. There we go. Keep it nice and level, because I don't want to do. I don't want it to be bridged. Please don't be bridged. What are you doing, game? Please don't do something stupid like that. Right. And then we're going to do that there. Well, she's going to do that. And then that in like that. Excellent. So that's the junction for the Leamington branch. Top notch. Now, I need to do another junction. So we need to do another junction here for Bournemouth. So if I do like this much. Because we need to do crossover there. And then that can be dragged all the way along. Because we need to do another crossover. So another thing that I've been noticing is people are questioning if I'm going to be able to do like a partial route for like the cross countries. The answer to that question is going to be yes. I will be doing cross country as well. Because I thought, you know what, that might be an idea. I'm going to do 50 there. That to there, and then a 50 junction there. And that there. Boom. So that's junction inbound to Bournemouth. Oh. Just attacking my head, my microphone with with my headphones, you know, just as standard. Again, 4-track main line. We may as well loop it around that way, to be fair. Let's do that, because that keeps the speed. Can we go up to 122? No, we can. We have to. It's a case of got to stay at 80. Which is fine. That's fine. I don't mind staying at 80 or 8. That's a 80's an okay speed. Right. You may as well just keep that, because yeah. So much difference between there. No, you may as may as well just keep that. So yeah, that's. I mean, you keep 80 across that entire part there, which is actually really useful. Does I was gonna say, does the railway line cross over the road? No, it doesn't. It doesn't use a crossing. So you know what? That there is epic. I love that. That there. That there. We keep the speed up going around that as well. Oh, that's orgasm worthy. That there. Top notch. I love that. I love it when the game goes, yeah, you know what? I know what you're on about. You want to do that. Fair. Fine by me. Okay. Excellent. Right, onwards. From Bournemouth, we're then going to drop the line down from a 4-track to a 2-track, because we really don't need it to be anything larger than 4-track, if I'm being honest. We're going to keep it nice and straight to about there, and then we'll have a bridge going across that. Which, can we get away with one of those? No, not really. We'll do that. That's a nice looking bridge. We can't get away with that because I've done an oopsie and I've put Paul's station like really literally there. So we're gonna have to do some jank maneuvers to get out of Peck and Bournemouth. Because I'm an idiot. I didn't plan this. There we go. The road will suffer just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. It's fine. Why is there a piece of track there? There we go. And there we... Oh, and then there we go. Brilliant. You know what? That's exactly what I'm after. Right. So I'm just looking into where I'm now, because I've got my mobile literally in front of my face. I'm just trying to figure out what the Swanage Railway does, because I can't remember if they stop outside of if it, for example, it stops outside of the main line, or if there's like a connection. Yeah, basically. Environment. Right. Right. So, Swanage Railway is a single track that just goes outbound from Swanage. I'm literally here just trying to, you know what, I'm going to switch to my computer because my mobile is having many issues. So just look at that real quick. In fact, we'll be right back. And we are back. I've just had a little look into it, and on a technicality, yes, the Swanage Railway does connect up with the main line. It just doesn't do it in the way I thought it did. So, if I'm gathering my information correctly, the line goes up as far as Corfe Castle, at which point it terminates, with the railway then connecting up with South Western Railways, with South Western's metals, which completely fine. I just didn't know, to be honest. He says, because there's a station called Northern Park and Ride. But is that? No, that's also part of the Swanage Railway metals. Where does the Swanage Railway end? Does it end on the main line? This here is turning into one of those things where I'm going, I needed so much more information than I thought. I've never visited that far south. The furthest south, well, here's some information, folks. The furthest south I've travelled on the South Western metals is Poole. In terms of any further south, I have never been by train. So I'm here going, my information. We'll be right back after a short thing. And we are back. I think I've done some research. So, currently, no, the Swanage Railway does not go into Wareham in terms of the Heritage Line. It currently terminates at a different station, which I believe is Walgett Junction. There were apparently plans in 2023 to connect the Swanage Line to Wareham and terminate at Wareham. However, because Network Rail is Network Rail, that's not going to be a thing anymore. However, because I'm better than Network Rail, I say screw it, and I am going to do a little terminus at where we're gonna connect it up with Wareham. Now, the thing with that is, I'm gonna do it a different way. I'm gonna go 240 meter. And we're going to go with pop that there. And then outbound, you're going to go up here. Oh my word. Welcome back to, this is the most jank-ass railway. But you can still do 80 mile an hour up there, apparently. You are unfortunately going to have to go from hit this side and just hope for the best. Excellent. Now, yes, I could use double switches, and all that. However, they don't look right in some regards. Yes, a double flip would work absolute wonders, definitely. But it's just not what I'm looking for here. Also, we're gonna have to go to about there, and then have the Swanage line miraculously go off in that direction. What I'm going to do is we're gonna actually get in a small town there, and we'll name it Corfe Castle, not Oakhampton. Corfe Castle, and we'll have a little two-way there as well, because technically I want to do something interesting down here, because this is technically, yes, a heritage line. We're going to do something interesting. So from there, we're going to make that a one track, and in fact we're going to do this like so, here and here. So, you know, where just make things interesting, bit like that. And then yeah, at Corfe Castle it'll split into two tracks to have like a loop platform, and then you'd be back to one track in order to go through to Swanage. So that's the plan, and that's another interesting fact about the Swanage Railway is its nickname. The Swanage Railway has the nickname of the Purbeck Railway. So, for that one man out there, that's that he knows who he is, Mr. Kai. There's a nickname for your line, by the way. Good luck. But that's neither here nor there. And then out of Dorchester, I need to do something here first for Weymouth, because welcome to Weymouth, which it is a, I think original IRL it's a 2-track termini, but because I'm thinking I'm gonna have extended amounts of traffic just because of the Great Western network that I'm gonna have come down. I've gone, yeah, we won't do 2 tracks. We'll do 4, and then we'll do the usual of make sure that you can get into any platform from that way. If it will let me do the point, thank you. This game and its inability to allow you to do points gets on my twigs. It really annoys me. It's like, why? Why? Just do what I tell you. Don't worry about it. I don't care. Do what I tell you. Do it. Just do it. Right. Out of Dorchester South, which, by the way, we're not going to represent by doing the old Dorchester the way it's meant to be done, according to that of the 1900s. And you reverse a train in. We're not doing that because the game doesn't understand how to do that. So we're not doing it. No, can't do it. Sorry. Game says no. Right. So that there is the full main line now from, well, yeah, that is now officially now the entirety of the South Western Mainline. So what we're going to do is get auto sig turned on, ready. You, and then you outbound. Woo! And again, signal up to that junction. That one, that there. That one there. That's like the exterior of the home. Then you've got Poole. Poole is a very lovely station, by the way, I will say this. And Poole's train network, well, Poole and trains. The town was practically just built around the railway line. I kid you not. If you haven't seen clips of Poole's trains, and that it's now 1926 and the Lord Nelsons are around, so we've got Lord Nelsons that we'll put on the South Western Main Line, I think. But with Poole, its high street is interrupted halfway down by the railway. So yeah. Last year, I went down to Poole for work, and that's how I figured it out, and I was amazed. I was amazed. Something I have noticed that I have done is I've not given myself enough space down this end for signals, so we'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Type for signals. God. Yeah, signal all the way along there. We'll do that there. And that there. And then outbound, you want that one and that one. That sounds like somebody falling over. Sounds like someone just fell over downstairs. Excellent. Right. British milk tank. Excellent. We haven't... That's something we haven't had a need to do anything with at the moment. Industry. Because I've not had a chance to go around and plop down some industry. So I'll do that at some point in the future. There we go. So that there is the South Western Mainline all officially done. Excellent. Top notch. Now let's go with the... we're going to get the trains running first. If I'm being honest. And... stop the game for a second. London Waterloo. You're then out towards Woking. And then next stop is Basingstoke, followed by Winchester, followed by Eastleigh. Actually, no, scratch that. You're not going via go by Eastleigh. You're going to go by that signal at Eastleigh, and you're going to go continue on to Southampton. Then you'll go to Brockenhurst. Then you'll go to Bournemouth. Then to Poole. Then to Wareham. Then to Dorchester South, Weymouth, and then we'll go back. So that's the entirety of the South Western Mainline. Hey! And I'll just go through and edit stations in a second as well. Outbound, don't have to stop through Eastleigh. Which, to be fair, I don't have to do anything with that because it's already going through. Basingstoke, Woking. Boom. 21 stops on that run. 21. At Southampton, you want platform 4, which you're saying that there's an issue with you leaving. Oh, because that's not platform 4. Whoops. Yeah, I'm on the way back. Yeah, fine. In fact, actually, if you find 4. In fact, actually, Weymouth, you want all of those. Southampton, you want that one. Southampton, you want that one. Right. They're going to go to Basingstoke real quick. So it's chosen platform 4, which, you know what? I'll go with that because that is more or less it. Well, technically it's 5 they would come in on, but you know we've got slow trains, so we'll do 4. The same on the way back as well. Make sure it's on the fast line, which is platform 3 on that occasion. But if anything, could go into platform 2. Woking, don't have to do anything. Can't get into any other platform but 3. Yeah, London Waterloo, you can go there. You'll utilise 6, 7, and 8. Boom. Out of platform 5. I swear there's already a train that leaves London Waterloo from 5. We'll figure that out. In fact, no, there isn't. I'm imagining it. So SR, this is the London Waterloo to Weymouth. South Western Mainline. Boom. In terms of the terminals, 5, there is nothing. So 7 is the next platform that's available. So 7 is where we're going to utilise Bournemouth Belly, I think. So I've actually also not done Bournemouth correctly. So that's my bad. 7 we want. Excellent. 7. You see, Bournemouth Belly is hard because I actually don't know if they had intermediate stops or if it was just a straight run down, for example, to like Southampton, change it to Southampton with that. So, we're going to look it up. Bournemouth Belly stops. Because I don't know. So, originally, Bournemouth Belly did not stop anywhere but Waterloo and Bournemouth. However, it then changed to... Yes. It then changed to be that. So, if anything, what we're going to do then is we're going to do it this way. It is going to be a case of you are going to stop at Southampton, and then you are going to stop at Bournemouth. So, only four stops. It's a lot better. I reckon people are going to utilise that more now, if I'm being honest. In fact, we're going to make sure that you are primarily on 2. And then on the way back, you're primarily, on 5. With the occasional availability for 4 if that is available. Right, so you want... This is the Bournemouth Bell. At Bournemouth, however, you're not in 6. You're primarily going to be in 3. But you're going to have the ability to be in 1, 2, 3. I need to do a crossover, don't I? I forgot to do a crossover. That's fine. I've got space there to do another crossover. There we go. That's better. Yep, 1, 2. You're going to be primarily into 1. Into 1. And then you can then be in 3, 2, 3, or 4 if you need to be. In terms of London Waterloo to Weymouth, at Bournemouth, you want to be in primarily 2, but if you can get into 1, then get into 1. That should stop getting in the way of the Bournemouth Bell. Again, platform 3, but if platform 3 is taken, utilise 4. Right! We've got those. I want to get in... We're going to get the trains first, because how far are we now? We are about 44 minutes. So yeah, let's get the trains in. We'll end the episode, and I think next episode what we'll do is we'll sort out the branch lines. Because, you know, everyone loves branch lines. Everybody loves the branch lines. So, up over here to Canterbury train depot. As a trainer has arrived into Canterbury, by the way. We've got Lord Nelson's. So my first port of call is I want to get the Bournemouth Bells out, and if I'm going to do that, I'm going to utilise Golden Arrow, because even though the Golden Arrow is not the train that we're looking at, because Golden Arrow did what service again? Golden Arrow, is that the one that did literally London Waterloo to Southampton? I swear that is the one that does literally that to there. The Bournemouth Belly did utilise a OBS coach, so we reached the time when we get a new OBS coach. No, we haven't. We've not got the classic one yet, which is like the slanted glass roof kind of thing. Yeah, not quite there yet. 8-wheeled, yeah, no, not quite there yet. That's fine. We'll utilise this one, utilise these first class. Then you want the kitchen, then you want the bar, and then you want to do third class, then you want to do the rear. I would have thought you would have wanted to do the baggage coach right at the front. You probably do, and I've just done something stupid. So what we'll do is we'll throw those all the way up here. There we go. 188. That should work. That's the thing. I don't even think the as much as there's a baggage coach, yes, I don't actually think they used the baggage coach. This is what I'm umming and ahhing over, because I'm there going, I don't know. I never specialised in the Pullmans, because the Pullmans were that much of a luxury service. You just don't know much about them in terms of me personally. And I have made a mistake. Golden Arrow. Now thinking about it, was the named service the Southern Railways Express to Dover. So we're going to do these trains first, and then I'm going to go to the Dover lot. In fact, we don't need 6. We can get away with 4. So Bournemouth, Bell, is that one? Go, and then we're going to still use the same loco. Go over to the rakes. Go to generic, and we want probably 150. We'll do 200. Can we do 250? 1940. I can't do 1940 because it's not 1940s yet. There we go. And this is the one that I want to do, like, probably 10 vehicles on. Right, whilst I wait, we're going to go to Dover Port, go to the Dover Belly, we're going to manage vehicles, we're going to edit these vehicles, and we're going to remove the current trains that are on them, which are... what are they? I actually don't know what I put on them. Doesn't matter, because they're coming off, and they're going to be replaced with golden arrows on the Lord Nelsons. Because that's exactly what that is. The golden arrow was the boat train, apparently. It's the boat train that went between London and Dover. So there we go. We got a have we got a docks? We do indeed have one of the golden arrows there now, in its glory. There you go, one of the Lord Nelsons, working hard. Okay, so there's another train there. And another one there. Trains everywhere. Excellent. We're gonna slide back. I mean, let's look at. Let me have a look at this. Yeah, people are waiting for trains. That's more or less still. You're on your way out towards on the Bournemouth Belly. That's fine. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. Still got any more in here? Probably got like 2 in there. And again, I think that next one here is one of the stoppers. No. Did we let it go onwards? Yeah, we did. That's fine. That'll space out the other ones. It's more or less what I wanted, because I want all the bellies to get out first, and then I want to get the main line stuff out next. Which, to be fair, we can probably set going, which is Waterloo to Wayne. Excellent. Right. Where's our first Bournemouth Bell? There it is. Your first stop is Southampton. So we'll follow this onwards to Southampton on its maiden trip outwards. It's not going to London first, folks. It's going to Southampton. Feck your London areas. When in doubt, blame everyone else. Congratulations. I will admit, the Lord Nel. I'll admit it. The Lord Nelsons weren't a bad loco. Nor were the schools, and nor were the N15s. I'll give you that one. I'm not going to say the Southern Network didn't have a bad fleet of locos. It's just some of the streamline choices that I have issues with personally. So the the Battle of Britons when they're streamlined. Yeah, I'm not a fan of what is quote unquote spam can territory. They are rather ugly, but when you have the rebuilds, they're 10 times better in my opinion. Well, that's my opinion. So let's get a nice. Oh, can I get a shot there? Oh, I can. A bit more, bit like that. Oh, there you go. Boom. Yes. Yes. That's the thing. You know what? Let me have a look on and Lord. Because if anything, I might start naming some of my Lord Nelsons that are on, for example, the Bells, just because. Excellent. Right, so I do. So this is going to be. Obviously, this is going to be Lord Nelson, which is 850. There we go. There you go. 850. Lord Nelson. There's its name on it now, and its number on the side. I'm gonna look at that. 2021. You are. Sir Francis Drake is 851. Another interesting fact that I like, that I'm a fan of for the Lord Nelson class, is they were all built practically nearby to where I am currently sat right now. They were all built out of Eastleigh Works, which is less than an hour away. Really interesting little fact that I love. Saltwater Railway. This is Howard of Effingham. This is Sir Richard Grenfell, which is 853. And then what we'll do is we'll get to even that, I'll just like do that. Remove its number. Send it that side. those in number order. Bournemouth, Bell. Right, so where's Lord Nelson? Lord Nelson is currently just outside of Guildford, which is good, which means it'll be onto its main line metals in a second. In a second, now he says as they go past Walston. That's a little more Walton service. No. And now we're on to the South Western Mainline's metals. As soon as all the coaches are on this, you'll see, there we go, driver's open regulator, green signals ahead, charge. There we go, feel the power. So the Lord Nelson has decent. There aren't as many. There are 50 to 55. So you've got about 15 Lord Nelsons on the network, which I think I've got 20 of them at the moment. So we'll just figure something out, I think. These are all named after British admirals. All the Lord Nelsons were of course named after British admirals. So what I might do is any that are new that I classify for after 865, which is Sir John Hawkins. We'll probably go with. We'll start making up a few, I think. There we go. Passing through winch on the Lord Nelson. There she goes. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Yes, this is more of an express service, and yes, in theory, it might not be popular, he says. But hopefully it is popular. Because, you know, yes. Oh, we're going to be held up by a signal. No! In fact, actually, that signal's a little on the close side, if I'm being honest. So we're going to get rid of that one. And yeah, you are just going to be prioritised by that one. What a shame. Boom! Right, now we're on the move again. Speed it up. Speed it up, speed it up, speed it up, speed it up. So is that another? That's a Waterloo bound. That's another belly. So we've got another belly behind us. It's just trying to get out of the way. It's fine. We're back up to speed. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Gotta go fast. exposed into Southampton. Well, hey. And that there is the South Western Mainline. Well, at least just the good bits. We've got the Bournemouth belly working. I think those are people. Have we got people waiting? We've actually got people waiting to go back northbound for the Bournemouth belly. Yes, there are more people waiting to go to London on the South Western Mainline service. But we've got people who are actually travelling by the Bournemouth belly down towards Bournemouth. So you know what? That's a win in my book. The only thing I might do just to change it is out of Southampton, I want you to utilise the fast line, and I want you to use the fast line into Southampton as well, which you are doing. Just because I don't want you to get stuck behind anything like one of the slow trains that we're going to have coming like the branch lines for servicing. I don't want you to get stuck. Excellent. So we're gonna have there's a few belly services that we can do. We've got access to do as well. Because you've also got to remember you've got the Great Western bellies, being the Exeter. There's one for Exeter, but there's also which, if I remember rightly, the one down to Exeter is via from London, from Waterloo as well. It's not done by the Great Western Network. It's done by the Southern Network, which we're going to forego, if I'm going to be honest. I think what we'll do is we'll have it run out of Paddington just for a bit of colour. We'll have it be a Great Western locomotive as well on the front of it. There we go, 80 mile an hour. Oof. Speeding. That poo stick is speeding. Now for the real test, because we're now pulling into Bournemouth, which is where we're going to figure out if I've done things correctly, and then are we going to have issues with length? Because I actually can't remember how big I built these platforms. I think I'm all right. I think instead of it being 300, I think actually we are well clear of the issues with platforms. So you know what, we're good. And in fact, we've got people waiting. We've got 16 people waiting for the train back northbound. So you know what, we'll keep it. We'll keep it. Excellent. Trains off back northbound. Bournemouth belly looking good. Lord Nelson's. Yeah, taking its time over the crossing, but that's fine. Not another train for a little bit because it got held up by it's probably being held up by the Portsmouth line. In fact, if anything, we'll see it pop out the tunnel in a little bit. The Pullman coaches do look really good. You see, LNER had their Flying Scotsman with the teak coaches. You had the LMS with their coronations and their expresses. Then you had Great Western with their use for their own coaches. They didn't really have dedicated express coaches. They used, I think, the majority of the time they just used their own coaching stock for their own expresses, which there's nothing wrong with that. And then you had the Southern lot, which had the bellies, which they just looked stunning. The fact that some of the trips went as far, you had some of them that went as far as Dover, and then did like the boat trains. Because actually, if I come here, we've got the next southbound belly coming, speeding. Look at him, he's speeding. So Radley speeding like a fine chap. 852. They're not in order. They're completely not in number order, by the way. It's not 850 then 851. It's 850 then 852. But the next question is, where's 851? You're only travelling at half speed. You're climbing a bank, so I'm not surprised you're taking your time up there. Where's the next one? Next one is down here, and that's 853. So 851 is very much out of order. This is going to be 851 up here, isn't it? That's another Portsmouth. That's a South Western Mainline. Where the heck is... Where is it? Have I missed it? That's 853, right? There it is. There's 851. 851's just arriving into Southampton. Right, there you go. There's 101 people waiting to go back northbound for London on bellies, which is fine because we have a capacity of 102 on board the bellies. So we're gonna have a full train leaving. We're gonna have a full train leaving Southampton. That's. You know what? I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. That Portsmouth that Portsmouth direct, or no, that Weymouth direct service doesn't go via Eastleigh, which means that's another train that doesn't stop in Eastleigh, which is fine. I don't mind that. We've already got trains that stop in Eastleigh and then come down to Southampton. Here we have 850 doing much speed. We'll slow down to 45 because we've got a crossover in a minute. It's very much speed. For a 460. 460s, these little Lord Nelsons are. And they're bloody brilliant. I don't know why you've put yourself in platform number 3, sir. Interesting. We'll go with it, however. What's the next train in? That's one of the Brightons. So that terminates itself at Southampton. There is no one waiting for the next service down towards Portsmouth, which is hilarious. So he's going to drop off however many and then be like, I've got no one. Here's the belly just pulling in. Into a stop. There we go. 15 people got off Southampton. And 100 odd people getting on. Yeah. Less than 100 people got on at Southampton. Less than 100. There's 16 people now. You are leaving full and standing on your way to Waterloo. You have a good luck on that one, sir. You've got no one on your trip back towards Portsmouth. Brilliant. I love that. That's fantastic. You've got 27 people on your way down to Weymouth. Wow. That's just you know what? Just wow. Right, in the next episode, you're gonna see we're gonna get all the branch lines sorted out. I'm gonna take 5 minutes. In between episodes, I'm gonna quickly name all of the Lord Nelsons, get them all representing the correct number. I don't have to do the same with these guys because these don't have the same numbers. However, that's like you are fudged. Have I not turned my yeah, the cost of that was yeah, let's get that sorted out. Let's get those all good. That's another service in here. I've not done this time. I'll do that in the video. So, and in the next episode, you'll see the fact that all the Lord Nelsons are now numbered and everything. Yeah, so I'll have all the Southampton. I'll have all the Lord Nelsons numbered. And then we'll get started on the branch lines. Anyway, as another Lord Nelson arrives into Southampton, we'll end off the video. Thank you very much for joining us on today's episode, guys, and we'll catch you all next time. Cheers, guys. Bye.